So today I'm gonna be talking about sunspots and how it affects the Earth and its weather, and how it also affects the satellites and communication. So the sun may seem like a constant, always looking the same, but just like planet Earth, the sun has weather and it has storms, and the sun's storms can affect the Earth's weather. So what exactly are sunspots? Sunspots are magnetic storms on the surface of the sun, which are relatively dark and less hot areas on a region of the sun called photosphere. The photosphere has a temperature of 5,800 degrees Kelvin, but on the other hand, the sunspots have the temperature of 3,800 degrees Kelvin, which are cooler and they look dark in comparison with the other spots on the photosphere around them. The sunspot cycle was discovered in 1843 by German astronomer Samuel Heinrich, and basically this is termed as solar maximum or solar minimum, depending on the amount of sunspots. If the number of sunspots appear is comparatively less, then it's called solar minimum, and if the number of sunspots are comparatively more, then it's called solar maximum. In the diagram on left side, as you can see, on March 2001, the number of sunspots were around 155.5. And if you see on the right side, the number of sunspots on January 2005 was around 54.4. This gives us a better idea about the sunspot count. Some studies indicate that the sunspot activity has been increased by double in the last century. So what are the effects? The sunspot activity affects the Earth in many ways, and some of them are radiation hazards for astronauts, satellites, the weathers on Earth, and the climate change. Let's talk about radiation hazards for astronauts. Weak solar winds allow more galactic cosmic rays into the inner solar system, which can be caused by quiet sunspot. These rays are a major threat to astronauts and can affect the next generation too. Now let's talk about how satellites can get affected by sunspots. The solar winds can change up and thereby affect the electronics of satellites, causing them to fail. Moreover, the heating effect of the solar winds causes the atmosphere to expand, which can lead to an increased atmospheric drag on the satellites, causing them to move out of the orbit. Now, how weather of Earth is affected by sunspots. NOAA scientists have concluded that solar activity is one of the four factors that plays a major role determining the global temperature. Scientists have proven that the primary influence on Earth's atmosphere and temperature is caused by irradiance from the sun, which is known as sunspots or solar winds. Now let's talk about the last point, but the most important one, the climate change, including long-term period of global cold, rainfall, drought, and other weather shifts may also be influenced by solar activity cycle. We have all heard of the theories that global warming is responsible for changes in Earth's climate and weather. What scientists know but are not reporting publicly is that the temperature of the Earth is directly related to the irradiance of the sun. Yes, there are earthly anomalies such as volcanic eruptions that influences the temperature of the Earth in short term, for example 3 to 5 years. However, all long-term temperature fluctuations have been proven to be directly related to the change in solar irradiance. So, to make it more understanding, if you take a look at the incident on March 13, 1989, the whole Quebec, Canada was thrown into darkness, and what caused it? At that time, because of solar maximum, it led to an increase in solar activity, thus resulting in solar wind. A few days earlier, sunspot activity gave rise to a massive solar eruption. It produced so much energy, which was equivalent to thousands of atomic bombs. Now I'm gonna explain the effect of sunspots on Earth's power grid. It's hard to prove that sunspots directly affect the power grid of the Earth. So for example, this is the sun and this is the Earth. But if we take a look at what's actually causing the sunspots, then we'll see it's the intense magnetic activity of the sun. And this causes the clouds of charged particles to hit the Earth, and then it's called the geomagnetic storm. A geomagnetic storm is a temporary disturbance on the Earth's magnetosphere, which is the shield on the Earth, and it's caused by solar wind shock or a cloud of magnetic field that interacts with the Earth's magnetic field. And if the geomagnetic storm is too strong, then it can affect the power grids by including the currents in the conductor. So I think I was able to explain what sunspots are, the nature of sunspot cycle, how sunspots affect the Earth's weather, satellites, and the power grid. Thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed the video.